Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Eric demands the verity from Sloan about Leo after leaving the sanitarium. Paulina claimed that Abe take her to her office. It's peremptory on me to act mayoral. You can only let effects slide for so long, Paulina said. I am not arguing that. I want you to know that I'm then for you. I am willing to help, Abe said. Paulina told Abe that she appreciated his support. With a moan, Paulina blazoned that she wanted to start with the quarter attorney. Paulina complained that between Stefan's plea deal and the disturbing press conference they had held, E.J. had too important free rein. Abe advised Paulina that a war with the Demaros no way ended well, especially wife.J. Paulina combated Fate.J. had further to sweat from her. In the Demara living room, E.J. and Nicole relaxed in the living room after regale. Nicole asked about the Demara stock, and E.J. verified that it had leveled out. E.J. asked if there was anything in the review. Nicole told E.J. that the paper had published E.J.'s reason to Tate. I am just staying for that to be history's news, E.J. murmured. Nicole continued to read, and she noted to herself, now this is intriguing. E.J. suggested that they watch a movie, but Nicole said she demanded to go out rather. There is commodity I need to take care of, Nicole said. After Johnny and Chanel opened a marriage present from Allie, they went into the living room and showed it to J. and Nicole. Nicole congratulated the present, also she excused herself to go run her errand. Actually, I've a marriage present for the two of you as well, E.J. said. E.J. handed Johnny a check. Thanks, Dad. That is a lot of depths, Johnny said. E.J. said he was happy to help the newlyweds start their life together. I also have commodity differently I would like to talk about, E.J. said. E.J. invited Johnny to work at the family company. Johnny thanked E.J. for the offer, but he reminded E.J. that he wasn't interested in the commercial life. Precedences tend to change when you become a wedded man, E.J. combated. Chanel echoed Johnny, and she said she didn't want her hubby to work at a job that didn't inspire him. E.J. said he understood. Still, let me know, if you ever change your mind. J. said. With a punch, Chanel encouraged Johnny to tell his father the news. Johnny blazoned that he and Chanel intended to move into an apartment. J. wished the couple well with their apartment hunt. After Johnny and Chanel left, Paulina called E.J. Paulina demanded to see J. Well, let me check my schedule and see when I've free time, let's say, coming week, E.J. said. I'm in my office. I anticipate to see my quarter attorney sitting across from me apace, Paulina combated. Paulina ended the call so Fate.J. couldn't expostulate. After Johnny and Chanel looked at many apartments, they walked through the city forecourt and spotted Abe in the cafe. Abe invited the newlyweds to join him. As Johnny and Chanel talked about the issues with the colorful apartments, Abe chortled. Coming from the Demaramants, everything must feel small, Abe said. Yeah, but at least it'll be ours, Chanel said. Abe asked Johnny and Chanel if they felt okay after the fire on the islet. No. We tested okay, both of us, Chanel verified. Yeah. No detriment done, Johnny agreed. At the paper, Leo was working on a story about Stefan when Sloan called to ask about whether Leo had secured a job for Eric. Need I remind you, Leo, that you won't be seeing a penny of that blackmail plutocrat if I do not have plutocrat to pay my bills, Sloan said. Leo reminded Sloan that he'd formerly agreed to a pay cut. After a moment of silence, Leo conceded. Leo promised to work on a result. Chad walked into the office, and Leo precipitously ended his call. Is the column ready to go live? Chad asked, nearly. The prints are not ready yet. You know, our shooter has been lower than dependable as of late, Leo said. Chad noted that he hadn't been apprehensive of the issue. Leo suggested that they find a backup shooter. When Chad agreed, Leo pretended to have just flashed back that Eric had been looking for work. I have seen his photography firsthand. He is uber talented. Shall I shoot you a link to his portfolio? Leo offered. Chad jounced yes. After Chad reviewed Eric's portfolio, he agreed to give Eric a shot. But you are not going to hire him right down? Leo asked. Chad explained that his precedence was to fill a vacancy for a journalist. When Chad asked Leo if he'd be interested, Leo declined. While Chad continued to work, Nicole walked into the office. Nicole explained that she had seen the announcement in the paper for a journalist. Do you want to recommend notoriety? Chad asked. Yeah. Me, Nicole said. Nicole argued that although it had been a while since her television journalist days, she had ruined J's mayoral crusade and that she loved to chase down stories. That is a hell of a pitch. Do you have any experience in print media? Chad asked. Nicole admitted that she didn't have any experience or jotting samples. Nicole, you have further experience than Xander, Leo, and myself when we started. And the newsroom is a little bit manly heavy at the moment, Chad admitted. Does that mean you are willing to take a chance on me? Nicole asked. Chad agreed, but he told Nicole that she couldn't report on any story that involved E.J. Sounds fair to me, Nicole said. Chad offered Nicole the job on a trial base. Ween.J arrived at Paulina's office. He asked why Paulina had summoned him late on a Friday night. Need I remind you that as the DA, you're a menial of the people? Paulina asked. Paulina argued J hadn't only not told her about the press conference, but that the press conference had been a debacle. And also you cut a squeeze. Deal with your degenerate family after only a many piddly weeks served for trafficking anesthetics to our children. What the hell, E.J. Paulina said. E.J. asked if there was anything differently. Paulina reminded E.J. of the medicine epidemic. You work for me and the people of this megacity. And you are getting far too big for your britches to be allowing that you can make those kinds of opinions unilaterally. This stops now, Paulina advised. E.J. reminded Paulina that she was also a menial to the people, and she had recklessly left the sanitarium when she was still irradiated. Paulina argued that it had been necessary for her to have left insulation to help find her missing son. These are private matters, Paulina said. I do believe the good people of Salem would differ, E.J. said. E.J. informed Paulina that several first askers had reached out to him about the incident, and that at least one had requested felonious charges against Paulina for her conduct. What? No bone was hurt, Paulina said. They clearly could have been. You were lucky, E.J. combated. Paulina said she had no regrets for what she had done to save her son.